Hello beautiful people and welcome to another series on the channel. This series is going to be about Cobblemon and Create, making farms together, and it's going to be glorious. Well, trying to find tutorials for some Cobblemon farms is extremely difficult, and I think I need to change that. And of course, Cobblemon goes hand in hand with Create quite well, so we're going to take a look at some Create Cobblemon farms. First up is the Apricorn farms, and that's because we need apricorns to make lots of Pokeballs, and getting lots of apricorns can take a long time. In vanilla, it's a pretty easy way. You could get 2 dispensers, 2 observers, and then an apricorn tree here, and you can have a switch on the back, and it will start pumping away all the bone meal and the shears in the top there, and they'll come down into this chest if they don't spurt over the edge. Let's just put them in there. You can obviously get some glass and enclose this in if you really wanted to, like so. And then they'll drop straight down into the chest there. Perfect. Now this farm is a bit tedious. You need to get a bone meal farm, so that means a skeleton farm, and then you need a lot of iron for the shears. So why don't we look at maybe creatifying this farm here into something a bit more automatic. Now, first up, we're going to need to get an apricorn tree grown, so let's go and ahead and do that, and then hopefully we do get a nice little apricorn on this little leaf here, which is perfect. That's exactly where I want it. So then we'll actually need to make it so this leaf doesn't decay. So we put that there, and then we can remove all the leaves around it, and we shouldn't lose that leaf. Do not remove this block. It will disappear, and that will be very, very bad for the farm. So we'll probably just make that go down there. That's cool. That's cool. That's perfect. This is exactly what we want. It matches that over there. So how are we going to creatify this farm? So we actually just going to need to look at a deployer. So we could get a deployer. We could put the deployer up above this here, and I think we need to go up 2. So that one. And again, nope, there, which is fine. That's perfect. So when this grows, the deployer should automatically come down. If we get a motor here, I can show you. See, that will automatically farm that apricorn then. And if we just bone meal this, it will just drop down automatically. Boom, like that. This relies on normal growth time. So you'll want a big farm, and you can extend this out to as far as you want and have as many apricorns as you want on this farm. But how do you get the deployer to go backwards and forwards? Well, we're going to use a track. So we'll get rid of this a second, and we're going to use a train. The train. We're going to no, Casey, get your words right. We're going to use where is it? A cart assembler. So we're going to make this into a little cart contraption. So we need a mine cart. We've got the cart assembler rails like this. We'll have some powered rails because we need it powered, lever, and we can't put rails on there, so that's fine. We'll come over here and do that, and then we want to come up one on this side. Perfect. Now if we put the rails down all along here, that's cool. We put the cart assembler not that way, but that way, so the arrow's facing the way we want the cart to go. We put the mine cart in there, and now we actually have to connect these to that, which is simple. You do that, and then you need the glue. I made out of glue here, super glue. See, now that is one contraption made. We actually need to make sure no, not sticky. No sticky on that. We want to make sure this rotation is locked, because if this minecart will move forward and get to this point here, it will then spin round and then come over here, which isn't a bad thing. If you've got a farm this side and then this side, that would be absolutely fine. I don't know how good that would be. Let's not find out. So I will do that to that, and then I will power the rails there, and we might need to give this a little push. So if I just give in and give that a push, and then we come up here. Oh, I might need to quickly get rid of the cart assembler, which is annoying. Let's just make that not a rail. Okay, we push you off there. That's fine. We get rid of that. Put another rail down, and then if I put a rail under this section here, there we are. Look, there we go. And there we go. So this should harvest all of these apricorns here quite easily. Let's just bone meal it up. Let's get some bone meal out of here. Bone meal up some of these. Oh. See, there we are. There we are. Bone mealing away. Lovely, lovely. Now, this can be run automatically. You can make this as big as you want. You can extend this out as far as the eye can see. Don't do that, though, because you'll create a lot of lag, and it's not very nice for other players on your server or in single player. A lot of lag is not fun. But yeah, this is probably the best way you can automatically farm these relatively early on in your world. And you can do this with as many different colored apricorns as you want. Now, if you're like me, you probably want to make this look a bit nicer, and you probably want the collection system to be something to go along with Create Mod. So we're going to do that right now. We're just gonna have some belt come along here with some shaft. There we are. We're going to add a water wheel onto this. We're going to come out 2 like that. We'll add another shaft into there, and then we'll need the water to push the belt that way. That's perfect. We're going to add a nice little gilded chest at the end here with a funnel on it. Now, that looks a bit weird. Let's actually just use a normal chest because that looks funky. Do you look funky? No, you fit on lovely. Okay, that's cool. And then if we just get some more bone meal, a second, we can grow all these apricorns. They are apricorns, right? Oh, well, as you can see, it's gone onto the belt there. That's fine. I've also turned it off with the lever on the back just because it's really noisy. But if we set that off to go now, look at that. They go on the belt. They sometimes get missed because of, yeah, just general stuff. And then they go into the chest here. Now, if you're anything like me and you want this to look nice in your base, I'm going to go ahead and decorate it now, and I will be right back once I've done that. And there you have it. It's decorated. It works. It works because we got a few in here already. That's wonderful. That's really nice. Now, I'm going to leave it for half an hour on replay and see how many we get, and then we can work out whether this has been worth it or not. So let's check what we've got. We've got 14 apricorns in half an hour. That's not the fastest farm in the world, but it is fully automatic. You don't need a big bone meal farm. You don't need loads and loads of stuff. You just need create deployers and minecarts and stuff like that, which I think is pretty okay. Now, you can make a super advanced version of this farm using a gantry shaft system here with a sequence gear shift, redstone link, and a smart observer, and I did that over in the Battlecraft world, and that's quite a big farm. And it also doesn't mean your minecart's running 100% of the time, creating less lag. They are slightly more complicated to set up, and that's not what we're going to look at now. We're just going to look at some early game farms that we can do. And now this is an early game apricorn farm that you can make pretty easily in any Create world. And as I said before, this farm is 100% scalable. You can make this as long as you want, as long as this can pick up the items that are available. But you can make this as long as you want. You can add as many different types of apricorns as you want. It's just really simple to make. Just leave it AFK in all the time, even while you're doing other things. It's good to be running in the background. You don't have to worry about going and collecting everything. It all goes into these chests here. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. You don't have to worry about like this ticking away all the time. Although this farm is pretty fast compared to this. but it is 100% passive. You can just walk away, leave it running, and it'll just keep on collecting as long as it's loaded. Now, I think this is a great early game apricorn farm for you to make in your creating Cobblemon worlds. It's not, you know, the fastest thing in the world, but you know, it's going to get you some apricorns early game, especially, you know, build up a little bit of stock for all your Pokeball needs. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you make this farm in your worlds. If you do, please leave a screenshot, join our Discord, and maybe give us a suggestion for a little farm you'd like to see me make in the future. And on that case, I'll see you in the next farm tutorial.